go.
Hi everybody, Stephanie Haney here with 3 News Now. This is your afternoon update on the top headlines, trending topics, and everything that we're working on for you right now ahead of the 6 p.m. What Matters Most, 7 p.m. Front Row, and 11 p.m. What's Next broadcast. The things that we're going to be covering this afternoon are Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield getting into a heated exchange with a reporter at his weekly pregame press conference today. Taco Bell giving away free Doritos Locos tacos, how you can do that, literally, right now. An Ohio bill about raising the teenage driving age. There's an intense debate going on about that right now. If you want to weigh in on that, you can actually go to wkyc.com/vote now for our megaphone poll. Some trending stories, the California wildfires update, as well as what Tesla founder Elon Musk is doing that has him changing his Twitter name to Treelon. And then, as Breast Cancer Awareness Month comes to a close, we'll talk with Lindsay Buckingham about a stolen woman, sharing her story and some important information you need to know about your own health and safety. And then finally, we're going to bring it back close to home, and we're going to talk about Cedar Point, its gold passes, and some very exciting things that they are promising us ahead of next season, which will be the 150th anniversary of the amusement park. All right, we have a lot to get through. Let's get into it right now. Baker Mayfield was not happy today at his pregame press conference. He was talking with reporter Tony Grassi of the Land on Demand, and Grassi asked him about a play during Sunday's loss to the New England Patriots. We caught that on video. Our 3 News Pat Chiesa got the moment. We're going to show that to you right now. Here's what Baker said.
Okay, it's not working.
All right. It looks like we don't have the audio on that. That's okay. So what happened was in the exchange, Grassi asked him a question about a drive, and Baker said, "Was I happy with the drive? No, we didn't score points. That's the dumbest question you could ask." And then he stormed off the stage, was not having any more of it. Grassi was asking about a 2-minute drive that happened late in the second quarter of last Sunday's loss to the Patriots. And then after Mayfield stormed off, he tweeted, "Everybody wants to hear the truth until they actually get it. I am who I am and have always been. Don't call it emotional when it's convenient and then passionate when it fits. I care about winning, so yeah, I'm frustrated. If I was to act like it's okay to lose, then y'all would say that I've gotten complacent. My sense of urgency is at an all-time high, and if I offend anybody along the way, that's too bad." We have that story up on WKYC.com right now. Our sports reporter, Matt Florjancic, has that up for us, so we'll drop that link in the comments here and you can check that out. But Baker Mayfield is clearly not sorry about it. Not sorry about that exchange with Tony Grassi. All right, in other sports news, Taco Bell is giving away free Doritos Locos tacos today. This is part of their Steal a Base, Steal a Taco World Series promotion. And we have that story up on the website as well. I'm going to drop that link in the comments for you right now on WKYC.com. This is thanks to Trey Turner. Now, he is the Washington Nationals shortstop who stole a base during the first inning in Game 1 of the World Series last Tuesday. So today, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., you can go in person to get yourself a free Doritos Locos taco. Now, you can also do it all day long if you order online through the app, but there is a limit of 1 per person. Next up, we have a very intense debate that everybody's talking about here in Ohio. This is about teenage driving. Now, Mark Namick will have that story for us in the 6 p.m. What Matters Most broadcast. We have a story up as well on that on WKYC.com right now. I'm dropping that link for you in the comments right now. Here's the gist of it. In the state of Ohio, they are debating pushing the driving age back 6 months. Now, people will still be able to get their learner's permit at the age of 15 and a half, but they will extend that learner's permit period to 16 and a half. So you will have a full year of learner's permit time before you can actually get your full license. The big debate going on is, do people need these extra 6 months to get more mature, or do people just need to get mature enough to drive at the age of 16 and your parents can decide? Because you don't have to get it at the age of 16 right now. Now, I can tell you personally, I could not wait. Literally the day after I turned 16, I was at the BMV. I was taking that test. I was getting the driver's license because I wanted the independence. I know that is not everybody, but I do know a lot of people, a lot of my friends that have children have said, hey, my kids' schedules are crazy. I am just waiting for the day that they can get that driver's license so that they can get where they need to go and I can free up myself a little bit. So also independence for the parents involved. Let us know what you think. We have a megaphone poll up at WKYC.com/vote now, so you can let us know what you think about that. All right, here's something that's trending today. The California wildfires are still trending. They've been raging out on the West Coast, and LeBron James is in the news related to that again. He got a taco truck, and he sent it to the LA base camp for the first responders who are battling the Getty fire. Now, this is the fire that forced LeBron James to evacuate his home. And right now, LA Fire Department says 12 homes have been destroyed in the Getty fire. This is near the 405 highway. It started near the Getty Center, which is why it's called the Getty Fire. 750 acres of land, almost 750 acres of land have burned already, and they do have it 27% under control. Still have a ways to go there. Also up north, that Kincaid fire is still burning as well. Almost 77,000 acres have burned up there. More than 200 buildings destroyed. And we do know that 2 people at least have been injured so far, and not exactly sure about the severity of those injuries. That fire, as of this morning, is 30% under control. Emergency responders, again, still working on it. They have a ways to go, but I know the fire responders out in Los Angeles, very thankful for LeBron James sending that taco truck. They got their own personal Taco Tuesday. All right, now as we near the end of October, we are coming to the end of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Lindsay Buckingham will have a story in the 6 p.m. broadcast for us. She talked with a woman named Carol Smith out of Solon, and she's going to share what she learned with Carol with us right now here on the live stream.
Hello,
Hi,
Stephanie.
Lindsay.
How
Thank
are
you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So excited to have you here on our live stream for the first time. Now, this is a serious topic that we need to talk about, but
it is a serious topic, but it's one that needs to be talked about. Carol Smith from Solon battling stage 4 breast cancer. So she has been battling it for 4 years, but she was diagnosed with stage 1 6 years ago. Oh. So what started as what she thought was a treatable journey turned into something a lot more difficult.
Now, as far as the stages go, what does it mean to have stage 4 breast cancer?
That's a really good question. So when you're stage 4, that means your cancer has metastasized. So it's spread to another part of your body. For Carol, she had back pain, persistent back pain. So she did the right thing by going to the doctor. That's when she found out that her breast cancer had spread to her spine and other parts of her body. So she has been battling stage 4 breast cancer for 4 years now, but she has an insatiable energy and positive spirit.
And she's still battling it right now?
She is. She's still battling it. We actually met with her when she was receiving treatment in Twinsburg, and she walked into that building with the biggest smile on her face, and it could really teach all of us a lesson about positivity.
So she's in good spirits, at least? Do we know how she's doing today in terms of her health?
So she is. What she told us is that typically when you're diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, they give you about a 3-year chance, or not chance, rather, 3 years to live. Thank you. Mm-hmm. She has lived 4, and her numbers are pretty good. She's stable, and she's still working. And I also want to mention that throughout all her treatments, throughout all these years, she's run half marathons and races and continued to work. While again, that positive energy, and you'll see this in the story at 6 p.m., but she told me that she carries on by making a choice, saying, I could choose to be miserable, or I could wake up every day and say, I want to enjoy the sunshine. I want to enjoy the beautiful leaves on the trees. And I'm just going to keep living that for as long as I can. And boy, it really, really teaches you something.
Well, I know you have a lot to teach us too, and with it being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I know you have some statistics to share for us.
Yeah, so I think it's important to note that what Carol would like people to know is that there needs to be more research for stage 4 breast cancer. 2 to 5% of the funds just go to metastasis research, and the rest goes to general breast cancer. So more research needs to be done on why the cancer is spreading and metastasizing. And it's also important to note that 30% of women who are in early stage breast cancer their cancer will metastasize. So it's always good to be aware and always pay attention to your body and get in to see that doctor right away.
Well, this is the month where we have set aside to raise awareness for this issue. Thank you to Carol Smith for sharing her story with us. You have some information for us on where people can go for support if they're battling stage 4?
That's the great news. There is a plethora of support groups out there for stage 4 breast cancer patients. If you just go to Facebook and search stage 4 needs more or metastasis, you will absolutely be blasted with all these different support groups that you can be a part of. We also will have links on our website when that story's up.
Okay, and that'll be up after your story airs in the 6 p.m. What Matters Most broadcast.
Yes.
Thank you, Lindsay. We appreciate it.
You bet.
Switching gears a little bit to another trending story today, Elon Musk is up to something. Elon Musk has agreed to donate $1 million to plant trees. Now, this is after he testified that he's a little bit cash poor these days, which he has admitted is because he's being sued for defamation. So his assets aren't necessarily liquid, but apparently he has $1 million on hand to participate in this YouTuber initiative. So the YouTuber's name is Jimmy Mr. Beast Donaldson, and before Elon agreed to pitch in $1 million, he had already raised $6 million for this initiative. Let me tell you, it takes $1 to plant a tree based on what they're saying with this initiative, so that's a lot of trees. This is a partnership with the Arbor Day Foundation, and after Elon made his pledge, he changed his name on Twitter to Treelon. He's always changing his name on Twitter to funny things. Today it's Treelon, and also after Elon made the $1 million pledge, YouTube pledged to match the next million. So we're looking at least $8 million here for this. And if you want to check that out, you can go to teamtrees.org to see how that campaign is doing if you want to participate and help donate to plant some trees. All right, before we go, we're going to bring it back closer to home here, and we're going to talk about Cedar Point, the amusement park. We know there was a lot of craziness there with the long lines to get in, and they are closed now for the season. They won't reopen again until May. But next season will be their 150th anniversary season. So they're teasing us about some really cool stuff that they're adding. We have that story up on WKYC.com right now. You can go to that. We're going to drop that in the links here for you. We're going to drop that link in the comments so you can check that out. Some of the things that they're promising us are a reimagined river expedition ride. They're going to revamp Town Hall in Frontier Town. We're also going to get to enjoy an immersive nighttime event at the main Midway, and there will be new food options, including throwback snacks from previous seasons. I'm personally really hoping for some vegetarian and vegan options. I know that they do have some, but you know, that's very popular these days, so I wouldn't be mad to see that. I think there are a lot of people who would probably appreciate that. But there might be some stiff competition to get in there. Now, another thing that Cedar Point announced earlier is that they're extending their Gold Pass sales through January 5th. This pass is $99. It includes unlimited visits to Cedar Point and Cedar Point Shores Water Park on every public operating day for the rest of 2019, well, that's over now, and then all through 2020, as well as free parking, special discounts, and early ride times. So there might be a crowd to get in there. I personally don't have a Gold Pass yet, but now that I know that it's available, I just might be getting myself one. Again, you can check those details out on WKYC.com right now. Thank you so much for joining us for the 3 News Now update. You can make sure you catch this every afternoon by following our Facebook page, liking the page, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe there. Make sure you click the bells to get the notifications every single time we go live so that you can join us here every single afternoon. This is Stephanie Haney. Thanks for joining us.